Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone Horde series video where I focus solely on one specific horde. And on this video folks, it is the RIMVIEW Ranch Horde that gets my full attention. This will be fun folks. Right then, this horde is 150 strong. It resides in the far east of the Crater Lake region, and this horde is available to take on as soon as you reach the south. Now, very important to also know, the first time you ever get to this area, because this is their daytime location, that cave area is actually an infestation zone. So you will have to burn that before you will have access to this horde. Now, that is the daytime location I've just shown on the map. Very close to that, you have their night water location. And a good bit further up the map here, you have their night feeding area, which is very close to a narrow site. A few methods to take this horde out folks, including 2 easy kill areas, so let's do this. Right then folks, on to the first method, and this is the conventional method, albeit with a slight twist because I always like to do something just a little bit different. So basically I'm going to park the bike up. This isn't the twist by the way folks, that is just designed to bunch them a little bit as they're coming out of the cave, because they will get out. But I'm basically looking to arm myself with a grenade. I'm going to be using 2 of them in the cave section. So one right in there, then I'm running. Then I'm looking to use a smoke bomb just to slow them down a bit. Get ready with a second grenade. I'm just firing it in there. I don't care that I can't see anything there. I know I'm going to hit 30 of them because they are coming out quick. After that, I'm looking to basically get an attractor in play. And then a third grenade. I will look to do a little bit of damage with the SMP-9, and this is the twist. I'm looking to head over to this shed area. Basically looking to use an attractor bomb. Then get through here. You don't want to go too far through. And I'm basically looking to pick off a few of them with the SMP-9. Make sure it's reloaded before that attractor goes off. And then I'm ready for the last ones, because that door basically funnels them nicely through. Job done. Without using too much resources as well. So on to the next method folks. Right then, on to the second method, and this takes place during the daytime, and it's what I like to call the house method. Now, the area that I've just marked on the map is a house that features prominently on this particular run. And for anybody who has seen one of my videos where I take out every horde in the south, you will recognize this method, because this is the one I show to take out the RIMVIEW Ranch Horde. It is that good, I just had to include it on this video folks. For anyone who hasn't seen it, it is a work of art. It really is. This method, honestly folks, is just about pure intelligence. It's horde manipulation at its finest, and it takes care of this horde very effectively. So, the first part of this run basically involves going into the cave area and basically taking out as many of them as I can safely. Because they are bunched up so much in the cave section, it's too good an opportunity to not take advantage of this. Once they get out of the cave, I'm running, because then it's basically part 2 of this run section. I'm looking to get to around about this area. I want 1 attractor down, and then that is it. I am basically running to the back of this house right here. And once I get to the back here folks, I'm looking to climb up onto that section, onto the roof, and then very quickly over to this section here. The bike is right below me, so it's basically going to block the freakers from actually getting into the house, or it'll block most of them. So at this point I'm basically just going to take the time to use a couple of grenades. How that bike survives all this, I do not know, but it's made of strong stuff, I can tell you. So that's taken out a good chunk of this horde right now, so I'm basically just going to go to town on them now with gunplay, albeit the MG45. Now, at this point, I do have the luxury of survival vision, so I can see there's not very many left. In fact, when it gets to this stage, folks, I am very much for coming off this roof section, because at this point now, it's far easier just to get off, get a little bit of distance, and just wait for the last of them. As you can see, that is how many actually managed to get into the house. Not very many. And that is a job very well done. Very safe and quite quick too. So, on to the next method, folks. Right then, folks, the next method takes place at their nighttime feeding area. And basically, I just like to call this the tunnel method. Now, I can see that the horde is down there. So, from here, I'm looking to pass through the Nero site here. I'm just going to park the bike up here because I'm just using it for speed in order to get to the area that I want to quickly. Now from here, I'm looking to head down this section here, and this will basically take me into the tunnel section. And the beauty of this method, folks, is that you have a very good escape route at the very end should they get through these 3 sections that I'm just basically passing through now. Or at least I'm passing through 2 of them. The third one is basically where I'm going to take a stance. And I'm basically going to start with the MG45. It's good for mid-range shots. And I'm going to start very slowly, move back here. Basically, once I start to see them getting there in much larger numbers, that's when I'm switching to the SMP9. Much quicker at firing and an awful lot quicker at reloading. So from here, I'm just getting ready to basically vault over that section there, and then it's the same again. Every time they approach that one small section that they can get through, it bunches them so nicely and you can take them out so quickly. And I have another section behind me, should I need it, and I didn't, folks. And if they happen to get through that, you've got the ladder that you can actually use to get away, so it's a fantastic method, folks. Right then, on to the first easy kill location, and this takes place during the daytime at their daytime location, albeit I'm not going to be very far away from them for the actual kill location itself, and it is basically a case of getting the setup in place first. It's quite an easy setup to do. I basically just want to park the bike there, make sure that I've got room to dismount on the left, and that rock there is very important because that is where I need to be. Now, the beauty of this is I can come off here, and I'm just going to show you very quickly. Head beside that rock. If you press the square button, you will get back up onto the bike. That is what I'm basically counting on in order to get up there quickly and then get to the rock section that I showed you. So now that that's in place, I'm just looking to basically get the horde's attention. And again, because they are in this cave area, and because it's quite a long, narrow cave area, I am going to take the time to try and take out a few of them while they're basically running at me and coming out of here. Not only that, but by firing constantly like this, you are getting the full horde's attention. If you don't and just make a bit of noise, you sometimes don't get them all coming out. So anyways, as I get closer to this rock area, I put down an attractor. I want to make sure that I've got the time to get off the bike and get onto that rock section, because if you don't get onto that rock section there quickly, where the bike is at the top, believe it or not, the freakers can actually get to you. You won't get very many of them that come up to that position, but you will get 1 or 2, and they will give you a few slaps. But once you're on this rock that I'm on right now, that is it, you are untouchable. They will not be able to get to you at all here. So from here, it's just a very easy affair indeed. It's just taking them out with gunplay. And this is a good time to actually point out that normally in my videos I will show some locations where you can get your hands on some really good resources, but this horde is in the south. You don't really have any fantastic locations that you can get a hold of a lot of items like you normally can do in the Cascade, Belknap and Lost Lake regions. Also the Iron Butte region, which is in the north, you can get some good items as well, but unfortunately in the south it's more items that you can get for crafting that you can get your hands on. So I just thought I'd let you know about that at the moment, folks, while I'm taking out the last of these annoying bloody freakers. And that is it, folks. Job done. A very good method, I'm sure you'll agree, folks. I've taken no damage whatsoever, and I've only had to use one of my resources, which is one attractor. So just basically looking to get the bike off this rock section here, and that's it. Job done. Okay, on to the next method, folks. Right, and folks, because the next kill location requires you to get up this rock, and it is not the easiest to get up, I thought a demonstration first would be in order. You basically want to use this line. I'm looking to get both wheels on that rock, and once I do, I let go of the accelerator and just use the left joystick in an upwards fashion, basically so that I'm walking the bike up with Deacon. And once you get to the top there, just make sure you are on the right hand side of the rock so that you can dismount on the left hand side. That is how it is done, folks. So I'll just very briefly show you again. So from the bottom, bit of acceleration here, that line at the start. Once both wheels are on, use the left joystick, using it in an upwards fashion, just make sure that Deacon's walking the bike up. When you get to the very top there, that's grand. Dismount, and you're good to destroy the horde. Okay folks, now that I've successfully demonstrated how to get the bike up that sodding rock, this is the full run. Now, it takes place at night, and it is basically the horde's feeding area. Now, there is two options you have for actually doing this successfully. You can either basically ride up to them and attract them with gunplay, lure them away, and then circle around and come back to this rock area. Or you can be an impatient bastard like me and just go for it. If you go for it the way I do, you only get one shot at it, folks, so make sure you get it right. However, once you're up here, folks, it's all gravy. It really is. It's a nice, easy job once you're on top here, because as much as they go for the World War Z style tactics and they are a large horde, they still don't quite have enough height to get to you. So just make the most of it. You can use your resources, or you can take them out completely with gunplay. I'm just using a couple of Molotovs just to speed things up a touch. Now, while I'm taking out the last of these freakers, a huge thank you has to go to the gent that actually informed me about this easy kill location, because this is one I did not discover myself. The gent who did goes by the name of Simon Lee, and it's probably a name you've heard of before if you've been watching any of my videos, folks, because he has provided a lot of information to me over the past couple of months. Don't get me wrong, a lot of information he's provided I've already been quite well aware of, but this is one method that I certainly was not aware of. So, Simon, thank you very much. I am taking full advantage of this, and I hope anyone else who is watching this video does the same. There's not very many of them left here. Yeah, when it gets to that stage, I like to come off the rock, and that is it. A job very well done. Right then, folks, on to the last method, and this is the stealth option. Should you wish to use it, ideally this is how you want to do it. It's during the daytime, so you don't have too much in the way of other freakers to worry about that are moving about the place. If you attempt this at night, it's a different story. But basically, I'm looking to attract their attention with some gunplay. From here, I'm going to get ready with one attractor. And basically after this, folks, I'm going to hit them hard with a few grenades. Because they will congregate nicely at the cave entrance there, this is a tried and tested way of taking out some of the larger hordes. I basically go with the first grenade, and just as that goes off, yep, you'll see them all basically going right in towards the middle of the blast. And you just keep doing that. I want to fire ideally about 4 at them. That will take out most of their numbers. And then from here, I'm going to use one attractor bomb. And this should do it, folks. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. But the SMP-9 is at the ready should I need it. And I bloody need it. However, this won't take long. And that is it, folks. That is the RIMVIEW Ranch Horde well and truly taken care of. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you all enjoyed it, folks.